The purpose of this video is to show how to run a term insurance quote from BUI's website. When you arrive at our landing page, you'll see in the upper right-hand corner, there's an icon that says Get a Term Quote. On every page of the website, that will remain in the upper right-hand corner, making it as easy as possible to get into the term quoting system. Now, when you click this, you're going to enter the Vital Sales Suite. And largely, this is sort of a plug and chug operation. So here, it's asking for name. I'm going to just type in valued client. You can put in the age or date of birth. It's going to be a more accurate quote if you actually enter a date of birth. The reason is that some carriers calculate age based upon the client's actual age, how we all consider age, but some carriers consider age the age the client is nearest. But once they hit 6 months older, they're considered a year older with the insurance company. For that reason, you want to put in the actual date of birth to get an accurate quote. Then you enter the gender, male or female. Go with male. You enter the state. We'll use Missouri. And then you put in a face amount. I'm going to say for this quote, let's say $1.5 million. Payment mode, I always keep it on annual because most of the outputs are going to show the different modal factors anyway. So we'll start with annual. You can put on riders if you would like, but then here you enter the rate class. BUI has a generic underwriting guide to help you arrive at the appropriate rate class for the client. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and say that this client is a preferred risk and that we're not using table ratings. If you need to use a table rating, it's probably best that you get a recommendation from BUI's chief underwriter, Chris Hooper, as to what that rating should be, and have BUI's case design team run it. Some carriers table rate off a standard, some table rate off a standard plus. So again, for the purpose of having the most accurate quote possible, best to have the BUI team run it when it is a table rated situation. Then I go down here and I select my product type. In this case, I want to see a 20-year level term. I click 20 years, and it's going to populate 20-year term options over in this field. So on this side, we have all the product options, and when I clicked that 20-year field, it pulled all the 20-year term options from this side over to this side where I'm calculating my report. Now I click View Quick Report, and it's going to give me a number of different options that exist for how I want my output to look. For a single solved scenario, the Ledger Report Best 8 is a very nicely polished report. So here it's creating an output for me. And what you see here is that at dozens of carriers, here is the top 8. The left side being the least expensive and the right side being the most expensive of the 8. You'll notice that there's this very small variance from the least competitive, from the least competitive to the most competitive carrier. You'll see that in this case, it's a lovely 20-year level term. So you have level premiums for 20 years. You'll see in the middle of the page here what the calculated age is and what the different modal factors are. So if the client wants to pay semi-annually, quarterly, or monthly, you can see those options and you can see the company financials. Now let's say that my client wanted to see not just 20-year term, but they wanted to see 10-year term as well. Well, if I do the best 8, it's going to be a little bit of a cumbersome report. So in that case, we recommend using the years level report. It's going to give multiple options, design options, all in one page. So here we have $1.5 million, male, Missouri, 10-year term options and 20-year term options. So we can see in the 10 years, the least competitive, all the way up to the most competitive. And the same with the 20-year. What's nice about this report is while it does not have the carrier financials, it does have the next available rate class. So it helps you see if my client falls one rate class down, how is that going to affect their ultimate premium? In this case, if you look at Protective, you can see they've got a very competitive premium at preferred, but if they fall down one notch, they're not very competitive at standard. So that makes other carriers possibly look more appealing. And then, of course, you can just go and save this file and under any name that you want to, and then email it to your client. If you have questions about how best to run quotes using Vital Term, please don't hesitate to reach out to anybody on the BUI market.